Summary and Case Study of the Leadership Challenge by James M. Kouzes and Barry Z. Posner. Short summary. The authors provide an overview of the book The Leadership Challenge, which offers a model for exemplary leadership based on 5 practices: model the way, inspire a shared vision, challenge the process, enable others, and encourage the heart. The book draws on decades of research to highlight the behaviors and actions that characterize effective leaders, and it provides concrete examples and insights to help readers develop their leadership skills. The sources also examine key aspects of leadership, including credibility, trust, and the importance of recognizing and celebrating individual and team achievements. Overview of the book, The Leadership Challenge. The introduction of the book The Leadership Challenge emphasizes the universal and enduring nature of leadership. It highlights that leadership is not limited to specific positions or individuals, but is a set of skills and abilities accessible to anyone. The book argues that leadership is crucial, particularly in uncertain times, as it provides a pathway to navigate through chaos and stagnation. The authors introduce the 5 practices of exemplary leadership, which emerged from over 3 decades of research and analysis of personal best leadership experiences. These practices are: Model the way. Inspire a shared vision. Challenge the process. Enable others to act. Encourage the heart. The introduction emphasizes that these practices are not exclusive to certain individuals or situations, and have remained relevant despite changes in the leadership landscape. The authors provide a brief explanation of each practice. They discuss how model the way involves leaders setting an example for others by aligning their actions with shared values. Inspire a shared vision entails leaders communicating a compelling vision of the future that resonates with their followers. Challenge the process involves leaders seeking opportunities for innovation and improvement. Enable others to act focuses on empowering and fostering collaboration among team members. Encourage the heart involves recognizing and celebrating achievements to motivate and inspire continued effort. To provide evidence for the effectiveness of these practices, the authors cite findings from the Leadership Practices Inventory, LPI. The LPI data, collected from nearly 2 million respondents worldwide, indicates that leaders who frequently use the 5 practices are significantly more effective than those who do not. Further research supports this conclusion, demonstrating that leaders who employ these practices achieve better results in various contexts, including increased employee commitment, job satisfaction, and organizational productivity. The authors then shift their focus to the importance of the relationship between leaders and followers. They present findings from research that explore what individuals look for and admire in a leader. This research identified key characteristics such as honesty, competence, inspiration, and a forward-looking approach. The authors argue that these characteristics are directly linked to the 5 practices, further highlighting their significance in fostering a strong leader-follower relationship. Finally, the introduction emphasizes the importance of credibility in leadership. Credibility is established when leaders consistently act in accordance with their words, a principle the authors call DWYSYWD, do what you say you will do. This principle is closely tied to the practice of model the way, as it involves clarifying values and setting an example for others. The introduction concludes by outlining the structure of the book and its chapters, emphasizing the interconnectedness of the 5 practices and their underlying commitments. The authors also encourage readers to actively engage with the material and apply the practices in their own leadership journeys. Summarizing chapters in the Leadership Challenge. Chapter 1: When Leaders Are at Their Best. The authors establishes the foundation for understanding exemplary leadership by introducing the 5 practices and highlighting the vital role of credibility in the leader-follower relationship. The authors uses the example of Barbie Siegel, whose effective use of the 5 practices transformed her organization into an award-winning venture. Siegel's story, along with thousands of others collected by the authors, demonstrates that exemplary leadership is not a rare phenomenon, but rather a set of learnable behaviors and actions that can be found across various contexts and industries. The authors introduces the 5 practices of exemplary leadership: model the way, inspire a shared vision, challenge the process, enable others to act, and encourage the heart. These practices emerged from the author's extensive research, which involved analyzing personal best leadership experiences from individuals across diverse backgrounds and organizations. The 5 practices are briefly illustrated with real-world examples, emphasizing their practicality and universal applicability. For instance, the author explains how Model the Way requires leaders to set a clear example by aligning their actions with their espoused values, while Inspire a shared vision involves communicating a compelling vision of the future that resonates with followers. The author also emphasizes that leadership is not about solo performance, rather, it is about the relationship between leaders and followers, characterized by mutual respect and confidence. To support the assertion that the 5 practices make a difference, the author presents data from the Leadership Practices Inventory, LPI, a 360-degree assessment tool that measures the frequency with which leaders engage in these practices. Analysis of nearly 2 million responses to the LPI reveals a strong correlation between frequent use of the 5 practices and positive outcomes such as increased employee engagement, commitment, and organizational performance. These findings are further corroborated by other studies, highlighting the impact of these practices across various contexts and organizations. Moving beyond the leader's perspective, the author explores the constituent's viewpoint by examining what people look for and admire in a leader. Research consistently reveals that honesty, forward-looking perspective, competence, and inspiration are the top qualities desired in a leader. Importantly, these desired attributes directly align with the 5 practices, reinforcing their importance in building a strong leader-follower relationship. For instance, a leader who models the way by aligning actions with values will be perceived as honest, while a leader who inspires a shared vision will be seen as forward-looking and inspiring. Finally, the author underscores the critical role of credibility in leadership, asserting that it is the foundation upon which effective leadership is built. The authors define credibility behaviorally as DWYSYWD, do what you say you will do. This principle emphasizes the importance of leaders demonstrating consistency between their words and actions, a concept deeply intertwined with the practice of Model the Way. By clarifying values and setting an example, leaders build the trust and respect necessary to effectively guide others. Chapter 1 concludes by framing the subsequent chapters as a deeper exploration into the 5 practices and their underlying commitments, urging readers to actively engage with the material and apply these practices in their own leadership journeys. Illustrating the 5 practices in Chapter 1. The first chapter of the Leadership Challenge introduces the 5 practices of exemplary leadership through examples drawn from the author's research on leadership experiences. Here are 5 examples. 1. Barbie Siegel at Zeno Office Solutions. Siegel is presented as a prime example of someone who effectively used the 5 practices to transform her organization. As the new president of Zeno, she faced a significant challenge, uniting a divided workforce with low morale and improving the company's financial performance. She began by modeling the way through her own commitment to the company's values and her willingness to listen to employees' concerns. She inspired a shared vision by creating a clear and compelling roadmap for the future of the company. Siegel then challenged the process by implementing new initiatives and encouraging employees to take ownership of their work. She enabled others to act by empowering employees to make decisions and take risks, and she encouraged the heart by celebrating successes and recognizing individual contributions. These efforts resulted in a dramatic improvement in employee morale and a significant increase in profits. Siegel's story serves as a compelling illustration of the positive impact the 5 practices can have on an organization. 2. Catherine Winkle at Seattle Genetics. Winkle, a marketing operations manager, reflects on the common themes that emerged from her colleagues' stories about their personal best leadership experiences. She observed that, despite the unique nature of each individual story, all involved overcoming uncertainty and fear to achieve success. This realization highlights the practice of challenge the process, demonstrating that growth and achievement often arise from confronting and overcoming difficult situations. 3. Alex Anwar at Labo America. Anwar faced skepticism and resistance upon assuming the role of director of a new business unit due to his young age and perceived lack of experience. he recognized the need to establish his credibility and build trust with his team. He began by explicitly communicating his values through email and during an all-hands meeting, using storytelling to make his values more relatable and memorable. By clearly articulating his beliefs and demonstrating them through his actions, Anwar effectively modeled the way, which helped him gain the respect and support of his team. 4. Salvatore Sarno and Team Shashaloza. This example focuses on the Inspire a Shared Vision practice. Sarno, the driving force behind Team Shashaloza, South Africa's first America's Cup sailing team, had a vision of showcasing South Africa's potential on the global stage. He not only assembled a talented team but also inspired them with his passionate belief in their ability to succeed. He fostered a sense of national pride and shared purpose, effectively enlisting others in his dream. Despite facing significant financial and logistical hurdles, the team achieved remarkable success, ultimately placing 6th in the final round. This example highlights the power of a shared vision in motivating individuals to overcome adversity and achieve extraordinary results. 5. Ari Ashkenazi and his supervisors. This example highlights the importance of Encourage the Heart by contrasting Ashkenazi's experiences with 2 different supervisors. The first supervisor consistently fostered a positive and supportive environment, even in the face of setbacks. This approach, characterized by optimism and encouragement, strengthened Ashkenazi's confidence and motivated him to persevere. In contrast, the second supervisor lacked this supportive quality, which made it challenging for Ashkenazi to maintain motivation and openly share information. This contrast underscores the significant impact a leader's behavior can have on an individual's morale, engagement, and willingness to take risks. These examples from Chapter 1 of the Leadership Challenge illustrate the 5 practices of exemplary leadership in diverse organizational settings. Each example showcases how leaders, by embodying these practices, can effectively navigate challenges, inspire their teams, and achieve extraordinary results. Chapter 2, Clarify Values, Finding Your Voice and Affirming Shared Values. The author's focuses on the first commitment of the Model the Way practice, clarifying values. Leaders must first understand and articulate their own deeply held beliefs before they can inspire others to follow. This process involves both finding your voice as a leader and affirming the shared values of the group or organization. The author begins by emphasizing that clarity of personal values is essential for leadership. People look to their leaders for guidance and inspiration, and they want to know what principles drive their leaders' decisions and actions. Leaders who can clearly articulate their values build trust and credibility with their constituents. The author then explores the concept of finding your voice. This process involves reflecting on past experiences, identifying core values, and articulating a personal leadership philosophy. The authors stress that this philosophy should not be borrowed from others but should be a genuine expression of the leader's own beliefs. They illustrate this concept through the example of Alex Anwar, a young director at Labo America who faced initial skepticism from his team. Anwar successfully gained the trust of his colleagues by openly communicating his values through storytelling, connecting his actions to his principles in a relatable and memorable way. Leaders must also be able to affirm the shared values of their group or organization. This requires leaders to engage in dialogue with their constituents, listen to their perspectives, and build consensus around a set of common principles. The authors emphasize that shared values are not simply slogans or pronouncements but are deeply held beliefs that guide behavior and decision-making. They cite the example of Jade Louie, who witnessed her managing director model the company's values by taking a principled stand in a difficult situation. The managing director's actions reinforced the importance of honesty and integrity, setting a clear example for others to follow. The author concludes by highlighting the positive impact of values clarity on individual and organizational performance. When individuals are clear about their own values and the shared values of their group, they are more likely to be committed, engaged, and motivated. They also experience less stress and tension and have a better understanding of job expectations. Furthermore, the author emphasizes that values clarity fosters ethical behavior, promotes strong work norms, and builds a sense of pride and teamwork within the organization. The actions recommended in Chapter 2 for clarifying values include examining past experiences to identify guiding values, articulating a personal leadership philosophy, engaging in dialogue with constituents to build consensus around shared values, and holding oneself and others accountable to those values. By following these recommendations, leaders can build a strong foundation of trust and credibility, inspire others to follow, and create a culture of excellence and ethical behavior. Finding your voice in action. 1. Alex Anwar at Labo America. As a new director at Labo America, Anwar recognized the need to establish his credibility and connect with a team skeptical of his youth and experience. He chose to openly communicate his personal values through email and during an all-hands meeting. Instead of simply stating his values, he employed storytelling, recounting specific instances where he had acted upon his core values of honesty and sincerity. This approach made his values more relatable and tangible, helping his team understand his decision-making process and building trust in his leadership. 2. Andrew Levine at the Young Storytellers Foundation. Andrew, a head mentor at YSF, sought to align his personal values with the organization's mission. Recognizing that other mentors were struggling to connect with their ments, he shared his personal story of why he was passionate about the program, helping them find their own reasons for being involved. By encouraging reflection and helping others find their own voice within the context of the organization's values, Andrew fostered deeper engagement and commitment among the volunteers. 3. Pranav Sharma at the Young Storytellers Foundation. Initially, Pranav struggled to effectively mentor his assigned fifth grader. Inspired by Andrew's leadership, he took the time to reflect on his own values and how they aligned with YSF's mission. This process helped him discover his own voice and develop a more meaningful connection with his mentee. Pranav's experience illustrates how clarifying personal values can empower individuals to act more authentically and effectively, especially within a values-driven organization. 4. The Trustmark Company's Values Experience. Trustmark demonstrates the importance of creating a space for employees to explore and express their values. They initiated an organization-wide values experience, a leader-led initiative that encouraged employees to reflect on their personal values and how those values influenced their actions. They also implemented initiatives such as the Weekend Message, where senior leaders shared personal stories reflecting their top 5 values, and provided spaces for employees to visually represent their values. These actions highlight the significance of open dialogue and personal expression in clarifying values. 5. Jade Louie's managing director. Louie described an incident where her managing director demonstrated the company's values in action. When an applicant was found to have withheld information from a client, the managing director took a principled stance, emphasizing the importance of honesty and transparency. Instead of simply stating the company's values, he demonstrated their practical application in a real-world scenario. This approach served as a powerful lesson for Louie and her colleagues, illustrating how leaders can set a clear example by aligning their actions with shared values. Chapter 3. Set the Example. Living the Values and Teaching Others to Model Them. The authors highlights 2 essential aspects of setting the example: living the shared values and teaching others to model the values. Living the values involves consciously aligning actions with the espoused principles, demonstrating a genuine commitment to what the organization stands for. Leaders achieve this by paying attention to how they spend their time and allocate resources, the language they use, and their responses to critical incidents. Teaching others to model values entails utilizing various methods, such as storytelling, to reinforce desired behaviors, celebrate successes, and create a culture where everyone feels responsible for upholding the organization's values. The authors emphasize the importance of leaders serving as ambassadors of shared values. Their actions send powerful signals to others about what is truly valued within the organization. They illustrate this point through several examples. Demonstrating commitment through actions. 1. Vivian Moses at Adobe Systems. When Moses was assigned responsibility for teams in China and India, he realized that his usual work schedule would create significant challenges for collaboration. To demonstrate his commitment to these teams and their success, he shifted his own work hours, often taking calls late at night or early in the morning to accommodate their time zones. This action, though a personal sacrifice, sent a clear message that he valued their contributions and considered them equal partners in achieving shared goals. 2. Bob, the project leader at Accenture. When faced with a critical project deadline falling during the holiday season, Bob chose to work alongside his team instead of taking time off. This action demonstrated his dedication to the project and to supporting his team, even when it required personal sacrifice. This powerful example inspired the team, including Abhijit Chitnis, to work together and successfully meet the deadline. 3. Philip Kane at Goodyear. Recognizing the need to strengthen communication and engagement with his team, Kane initiated a weekly letter called The Week. This letter went beyond merely recapping business highlights. It featured stories that illustrated the company's values in action, fostering a sense of shared purpose and connection among employees. By consistently sharing these stories, Kane reinforced desired behaviors and helped make the company's values more tangible and relatable. 4. Kent Thiry at DaVita. Thiry championed a company culture that embraced a unique language reflecting its core values. Rather than using traditional hierarchical terms, DaVita adopted words like teammates, village, and citizens, reinforcing the importance of teamwork, community, and shared responsibility. This deliberate use of language helped shape a culture where everyone felt valued and connected to a common purpose. 5. Jade Louie's managing director. Louie witnessed a powerful example of values-based leadership when her managing director confronted an applicant who had withheld information from a client. Despite the potential loss of a valuable customer, the managing director stood firm in his commitment to honesty and transparency, refusing to compromise the company's values. This action sent a clear message to Louie and her colleagues, demonstrating that ethical behavior was paramount, even when faced with difficult choices. The authors also underscores the significance of teaching others to model values, going beyond simply living them out oneself. Leaders can achieve this through various methods. 1. Storytelling. The authors emphasize the power of storytelling in communicating values and reinforcing desired behaviors. Stories, particularly those featuring individuals within the organization, make values tangible and relatable. For example, Philip Kane, president of Wingfoot Commercial Tire Systems, used weekly letters to share stories that highlighted the company's values, creating a sense of connection and shared purpose among employees. 2. Confronting critical incidents. Critical incidents, whether positive or negative, present opportunities for leaders to teach valuable lessons about appropriate norms of behavior. By addressing these incidents directly and demonstrating how they connect to the organization's values, leaders can reinforce desired behaviors and create a shared understanding of expectations. 3. Reinforcing desired behaviors. The authors recommend various methods for reinforcing desired behaviors, such as providing timely feedback, celebrating successes, and creating systems that recognize and reward individuals who exemplify the organization's values. The authors concludes by emphasizing that setting the example is an ongoing process. It requires continuous effort and a conscious commitment to aligning actions with shared values. Leaders must be mindful of the signals they send through their behavior and actively utilize various methods to teach others to model the desired values. By doing so, they create a culture of excellence, trust, and shared commitment that enables extraordinary achievements. Chapter 4. Envision the future. The importance of leaders looking forward. The authors argue that envisioning the future is a critical component of leadership, as it provides direction, purpose, and motivation. They draw a parallel between leaders and architects or engineers, emphasizing that just as these professionals need a clear vision of the desired outcome before starting any project, leaders must have a clear vision of the future they seek to create. However, a leader's vision cannot be solely their own. To be effective, it must be a shared vision, one that resonates with the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of those they lead. The authors explores two essential components of envisioning the future: imagining the possibilities and finding a common purpose. Imagining the possibilities involves developing a clear and compelling picture of what the future could hold. The authors encourage leaders to adopt a mindset of possibility thinking, challenging the status quo and exploring new and innovative ideas. They suggest several strategies to enhance this ability. 1. Reflecting on the past. Examining past experiences, both successes and failures, can provide valuable insights and inspire new ideas for the future. 2. Attending to the present. Being attentive to current trends, challenges, and opportunities within and outside the organization can help leaders anticipate future possibilities. 3. Prospecting the future. Actively seeking out information about emerging trends, technologies, and ideas can help leaders stay ahead of the curve and envision a future that is not merely an extension of the present. 4. Feeling the passion. Connecting with their own deep passions and those of their constituents is crucial for leaders to create a vision that is both inspiring and meaningful. The authors highlight several examples of individuals who effectively practiced envision the future. 1. Jade Louis. At a Hong Kong publishing house, Louis recognized a significant market opportunity for English-language books in China. Despite initial resistance from her colleagues, she persisted in her vision, ultimately securing a major co-printing order and opening up a new market for her company. 2. Taryn Walker. At Kaiser Permanente, Walker understood the importance of maintaining focus on the long-term vision, especially during challenging times. She consistently reminded her colleagues of the ultimate goal and the positive impact their work would have, helping them stay motivated and committed to achieving the shared vision. 3. Vital Krishnamurti. At Juniper Networks, Krishnamurti envisioned creating a thinkers club to foster innovation and problem-solving within his organization. He not only had a clear vision of what this group could achieve, but he also understood the importance of connecting it to a shared purpose that resonated with his colleagues. Finding a common purpose involves connecting the vision to something larger than individual goals or tasks, something that inspires people to work together towards a shared objective. This requires 1. Appealing to shared ideals. Leaders must connect their vision to values, beliefs, and aspirations that resonate with their constituents. 2. Connecting to what's meaningful to others. The vision must address the needs and desires of those who are expected to make it a reality. 3. Animating the vision. Leaders must bring the vision to life by using vivid language, powerful imagery, and compelling stories that create an emotional connection and inspire action. The authors concludes by emphasizing that the ability to envision the future is essential for effective leadership. Leaders who can paint a clear and compelling picture of a desirable future and connect it to a shared purpose will be more successful in inspiring their followers to achieve extraordinary results. Chapter 5. Enlist Others. Sharing a Dream, the Power of Enlisting Others. The authors focuses on the second commitment of the Inspire a Shared Vision practice. The authors posits that while leaders must be able to envision the future, this vision must also resonate with the aspirations of those they lead. To achieve extraordinary things, a leader's vision must become a shared vision, inspiring collective commitment and action. The authors argues that enlisting others is about igniting passion for a purpose and mobilizing people to persevere, even in the face of challenges. Leaders must move beyond simply presenting a vision to actively engaging others in the dream, inspiring them to see its potential and want to contribute to its realization. The authors emphasize two essential components for enlisting others: appealing to common ideals and animating the vision. Appealing to common ideals involves connecting the vision to something larger than individual goals or tasks, something that resonates with the deeply held values and aspirations of those the leader seeks to enlist. This requires 1. Understanding the needs and desires of others. Leaders must be able to connect the vision to what matters most to their constituents, showing them how their own hopes and dreams can be realized through the collective effort. 2. Emphasizing the shared benefits. The vision should not be presented as solely benefiting the leader or the organization. Instead, it should be framed as a common good, where everyone involved can see their own interests and values being served. Animating the vision means bringing the vision to life in a way that captures the imagination and inspires action. This can be achieved through 1. Using vivid language and powerful imagery. The vision should be articulated in a way that is clear, concise, and memorable, using language that evokes strong emotions and paints a compelling picture of the desired future. 2. Sharing compelling stories. Stories are powerful tools for connecting with others on an emotional level and illustrating the vision in a way that is relatable and inspiring. 3. Creating opportunities for involvement. People are more likely to embrace a vision when they feel a sense of ownership and have opportunities to contribute to its realization. Leaders should encourage participation, solicit feedback, and recognize contributions, fostering a sense of shared purpose and collective accomplishment. The authors highlight several examples of leaders effectively practicing and list others. 1. Salvatore Sarno, chairman of MSC South Africa. Sarno had a dream of building a South African team to compete in the America's Cup. He knew that this would require inspiring and mobilizing a nation, and he succeeded by connecting his vision to the hopes and dreams of his fellow South Africans. The Shashaloza team became a symbol of national pride and demonstrated that with passion and determination, even seemingly impossible dreams can be achieved. 2. Nancy, an account manager at a market research firm. Nancy took over a struggling division and had to inspire her team to embrace a new vision for success. She realized that this required more than simply presenting a plan. She needed to connect with her team on a personal level, showing them how their individual aspirations and the vision for the division were intertwined. By appealing to their shared values and demonstrating her own commitment, she successfully enlisted them in her dream. The authors concludes by emphasizing that enlisting others is a crucial skill for leaders who want to achieve extraordinary things. By appealing to common ideals and animating the vision, leaders can inspire their constituents to embrace a shared dream and work together to make it a reality. Chapter 6. Search for opportunities. Leaders actively seeking opportunities to spark innovation. The authors focuses on the first commitment of the challenge the process practice. It asserts that exemplary leaders do not simply maintain the status quo but actively seek opportunities to improve, innovate, and grow. They view challenges not as obstacles, but as springboards for progress and catalysts for positive change. The authors argue that the ability to challenge the process is essential for leaders who seek to make extraordinary things happen. This requires them to embrace a proactive mindset, constantly seeking new and better ways of doing things and encouraging their constituents to do the same. The authors explores two key components of this practice: seizing the initiative and looking outward for innovative ideas. Seizing the initiative involves taking a proactive approach to leadership, actively seeking opportunities to improve, and taking ownership of challenges rather than waiting for direction from others. The authors emphasize that leaders who seize the initiative demonstrate 1. A bias for action. They are not content with simply maintaining the status quo. They are driven to make things better and are willing to take risks to achieve their goals. 2. A willingness to step outside their comfort zones. They are not afraid to tackle new challenges, even if they require them to learn new skills or venture into uncharted territory. 3. A sense of urgency. They understand that time is a valuable resource and that opportunities can be fleeting. They act with a sense of purpose and determination. Looking outward for innovative ideas involves recognizing that good ideas can come from anywhere and anyone. Exemplary leaders understand that they do not have a monopoly on good ideas. They actively seek out inspiration and insights from 1. Their constituents. They encourage employees to share their ideas and suggestions, recognizing that those closest to the work are often best positioned to identify areas for improvement. 2. External sources. They stay abreast of industry trends, attend conferences, read books and articles, and network with people outside their organization to gain new perspectives and identify innovative practices. 3. Unconventional sources. They are open to ideas from unexpected places, recognizing that inspiration can come from diverse fields and disciplines. The authors uses several examples to illustrate these concepts. 1. Joe, an office manager at a transportation company. Joe was tasked with turning around a struggling office. Rather than accepting the status quo, he took the initiative to identify areas for improvement. He actively sought feedback from his team, solicited ideas from other offices, and implemented changes based on what he learned. His proactive approach and willingness to challenge the process led to a dramatic increase in revenue and a significant improvement in morale. 2. Heidi Castagna, Director of Sales Initiatives at Seagate Technology. Faced with an economic downturn, Castagna recognized the need to innovate and adapt. She looked outside her organization, attending workshops, meeting with consultants, and subscribing to industry publications to gain a better understanding of best practices and emerging trends. By combining this external knowledge with her own experience, she was able to develop innovative strategies that helped her company stay ahead of the competition. The author concludes by emphasizing that searching for opportunities is an ongoing process, requiring leaders to maintain a curious mind, a willingness to experiment, and a commitment to continuous learning. They offer several recommendations for leaders who wish to enhance their ability to challenge the process. 1. Cultivate a questioning attitude. Leaders should constantly be asking what if, and why not. They should encourage their constituents to do the same, fostering a culture of inquiry and innovation. 2. Embrace experimentation. Leaders should encourage a culture of experimentation, where it's safe to try new things and learn from mistakes. 3. Seek out diverse perspectives. Leaders should make a conscious effort to expose themselves to different points of view, both within and outside their organization. They should actively seek out feedback and challenge their own assumptions. 4. Make time for reflection. Leaders should set aside time to reflect on their experiences, both successes and failures. They should encourage their constituents to do the same, fostering a culture of continuous learning and improvement. The author's overall message is clear: leaders who actively search for opportunities to challenge the process are better equipped to navigate change, inspire innovation, and achieve extraordinary results. By seizing the initiative, looking outward for good ideas, and fostering a culture of experimentation, leaders can create a dynamic and engaging environment where everyone feels empowered to contribute to the success of the organization. Chapter 7: Experiment and Take Risks. The essence of innovation: experimenting and taking risks. The author focuses on the second commitment of the challenge the process practice. It emphasizes that exemplary leaders are not afraid to venture into the unknown, to test new ideas, and to learn from both successes and failures. They understand that innovation and progress inevitably involve a certain amount of risk, and they create an environment that encourages experimentation and embraces learning opportunities. The author acknowledges that the concept of taking risks can seem paradoxical for leaders. After all, leaders are often expected to be reliable, predictable, and to minimize risk. However, the authors argue that true leadership requires a willingness to step outside of one's comfort zone, to challenge conventional thinking, and to pursue bold ideas. The authors outlines two essential components for effectively experimenting and taking risks: generating small wins and learning from experience. Generating small wins involves breaking down large, complex goals into smaller, more manageable steps. This approach 1. Creates a sense of momentum. By achieving a series of small victories, teams build confidence and enthusiasm, which propels them forward toward the larger vision. 2. Reduces the perceived risk. Smaller experiments are less daunting and require less investment, making it easier for people to embrace new ideas and try new approaches. 3. Provides valuable feedback. Each small win provides an opportunity to learn, adjust, and refine the approach, increasing the likelihood of ultimate success. Learning from experience involves embracing mistakes and failures as valuable opportunities for growth. This requires 1. Creating a safe environment for learning. Leaders must foster a culture where people feel comfortable taking risks and sharing their experiences, both positive and negative, without fear of blame or punishment. 2. Encouraging reflection and analysis. Leaders should encourage their teams to systematically review their experiences, identify key lessons learned, and apply these insights to future endeavors. 3. Adopting a growth mindset. Leaders should encourage a belief that abilities and intelligence are not fixed, but can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. The authors provide several compelling examples of leaders who successfully embody these principles. 1. Ward, a police chief. Ward faced the challenge of reducing false alarms, which were draining his department's resources. Rather than accepting the status quo, he challenged his team to find a solution. They developed a verified response to alarms system that dramatically reduced false alarms, freeing up officers to focus on crime prevention and community engagement. Ward's willingness to experiment and empower his team led to a significant improvement in the department's effectiveness. 2. Don Bennett, founder of the World Amputee Football Federation, Bennett's vision was to create opportunities for amputee athletes to compete at the highest level. He understood that achieving this goal would require a series of small steps and a willingness to overcome numerous obstacles. He started by organizing small, local tournaments and gradually built momentum, eventually culminating in the establishment of the World Cup of the World Amputee Football Federation. Bennett's perseverance and ability to celebrate small wins along the way made his ambitious vision a reality. The author concludes by highlighting several actions leaders can take to foster a culture of experimentation and learning. 1. Focus on what can be controlled. Leaders should encourage their teams to focus on the aspects of their work that they can influence and to take ownership of their own success. 2. Assign meaningful work. People are more likely to take risks and persevere when they feel a sense of purpose and believe that their work is making a difference. 3. Educate and empower. Leaders should provide their teams with the knowledge, skills, and resources they need to succeed. 4. Promote a sense of ownership. When people feel a sense of ownership, they are more likely to take initiative, experiment, and persevere. 5. Demonstrate confidence. Leaders should express confidence in their team's abilities, which fosters a sense of self-efficacy and encourages risk-taking. 6. Coach, don't dictate. Leaders should encourage their teams to think critically, solve problems, and learn from their experiences, rather than simply providing instructions. 7. Embrace a spirit of continuous learning. Leaders should foster a culture where learning is valued, mistakes are seen as opportunities, and experimentation is encouraged. The author's central message is that a willingness to experiment and take risks is not reckless, but is essential for achieving extraordinary results. Leaders who create an environment that fosters innovation, embraces learning, and celebrates both successes and failures can inspire their teams to reach new heights and make a lasting impact. Chapter 8. Foster collaboration. Teamwork and trust, the foundation of collaboration. The author explores the importance of teamwork and the leader's role in creating a collaborative environment where individuals feel empowered and supported to work together towards common goals. The author highlights the importance of the fourth practice, enable others to act. It emphasizes that extraordinary achievements are rarely the result of solo efforts, they are born from the collective efforts of individuals working together in a climate of trust and mutual respect. The author focuses on two critical elements that enable effective collaboration, creating a climate of trust and facilitating relationships. Creating a climate of trust involves building a foundation of mutual respect, open communication, and shared responsibility. Leaders must demonstrate their trustworthiness through their actions and behaviors, fostering an environment where individuals feel comfortable sharing their ideas, seeking help, and taking risks. The author suggests several ways to establish trust. 1. Lead by example. Leaders should demonstrate the behaviors they expect from others, such as honesty, integrity, and reliability. They should be transparent in their decision-making processes and be willing to admit their mistakes. 2. Encourage open communication. Leaders should create opportunities for dialogue and feedback, fostering an environment where individuals feel comfortable expressing their opinions and concerns. They should actively listen to their constituents and be responsive to their needs. 3. Share information and knowledge. Leaders should be willing to share information openly and freely, promoting a sense of transparency and empowering individuals to make informed decisions. 4. Delegate effectively. Leaders should delegate tasks and responsibilities appropriately, providing individuals with the opportunity to grow and develop their skills. They should trust their team members to make decisions and take ownership of their work. Facilitating relationships involves creating opportunities for individuals to connect, build rapport, and develop a sense of shared purpose. This requires leaders to 1. Establish clear goals and roles. Individuals need to understand how their contributions fit into the larger picture and how their work contributes to the team's success. Leaders should ensure that roles and responsibilities are well defined and that everyone understands their part in achieving shared goals. 2. Encourage cooperation and interdependence. Leaders should design projects and tasks that require individuals to work together, fostering a sense of shared responsibility and mutual accountability. They should emphasize the importance of teamwork and the benefits of collaboration. 3. Support norms of reciprocity. Leaders should encourage a culture of mutual support and assistance, where individuals feel comfortable asking for help and are willing to lend a helping hand to their colleagues. 4. Facilitate face-to-face interactions. While virtual communication tools are essential in today's interconnected world, face-to-face interactions are crucial for building strong relationships, fostering trust, and promoting collaboration. Leaders should create opportunities for team members to connect in person, whether it's through team meetings, social events, or informal gatherings. The author uses a variety of examples to illustrate these principles. 1. Cora Carmody, Senior Vice President of Information Technology at Jacobs Engineering. Carmody, faced with the challenge of strengthening relationships among a geographically dispersed team, launched a series of small group coffee talks where team members could connect informally, share their perspectives, and build rapport. This initiative fostered a sense of community and helped build trust within the team. 2. Christian Núñez, Deputy Manager for Business Development at Ultramar Agencia Marítima, Chile. Núñez recognized that a lack of cooperation between independent agencies was hindering his company's growth. He addressed this issue by implementing a profit-sharing scheme that rewarded agencies for collaborating and sharing business opportunities. This incentive fostered a sense of interdependence and encouraged agencies to work together, leading to increased revenue and improved communication. The author concludes by emphasizing that leaders must consistently prioritize the cultivation of trust and the facilitation of relationships to create a truly collaborative and high-performing team. It offers several practical steps leaders can take. 1. Clearly articulate and reinforce the common goal. Ensure everyone understands the shared purpose and the value of working together to achieve it. 2. Empower individuals to make decisions and take ownership. Delegate effectively and trust your team members to contribute their skills and expertise. 3. Structure projects to promote joint effort. Design projects that require collaboration and emphasize the importance of teamwork. 4. Encourage open communication and feedback. Create a safe environment for dialogue and actively listen to your constituents' ideas and concerns. 6. Create opportunities for face-to-face interactions. Facilitate in-person connections to strengthen relationships and build trust. By prioritizing these actions, leaders can create a collaborative environment where individuals feel valued, respected, and empowered to contribute their best work, ultimately leading to extraordinary accomplishments. Chapter 9. Strengthen others. Building a culture of empowerment, strengthening others. The author explores the fifth leadership practice, enable others to act, and emphasizes the importance of empowering individuals to take ownership and responsibility for their work. The author argues that effective leaders go beyond simply delegating tasks. They actively invest in the growth and development of their team members, fostering an environment where individuals feel confident, capable, and motivated to contribute their best efforts. The author outlines two essential elements of strengthening others: enhancing self-determination and developing competence. Enhancing self-determination involves creating a climate where individuals have the autonomy, choice, and control necessary to feel ownership over their work. The authors offer three key principles to support self-determination. 1. Provide choices. Leaders should empower individuals to make decisions about how they approach their work, giving them a sense of control and ownership over the process. For instance, employees can be offered choices in how they structure their workday or which projects they prioritize. 2. Offer latitude. Leaders should give individuals the freedom and flexibility to work independently, trusting them to manage their time and resources effectively. Micromanagement can stifle creativity and motivation, while granting latitude demonstrates trust and empowers individuals to take responsibility for their work. 3. Promote personal accountability. Leaders should clearly define expectations and hold individuals accountable for their results. This doesn't mean imposing strict rules and regulations. Rather, it means creating a system where individuals understand their roles and responsibilities and are empowered to make decisions and take ownership of their outcomes. Developing competence involves providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and resources they need to succeed, as well as creating opportunities for them to practice, grow, and build confidence. The authors suggest several strategies to develop competence. 1. Educate and share information. Leaders should invest in training and development programs that equip individuals with the skills and knowledge they need to excel in their roles. 2. Coach and provide feedback. Effective leaders provide regular feedback, both positive and constructive, to help individuals identify their strengths and areas for improvement. They ask questions that encourage critical thinking and problem solving, rather than simply providing answers. 3. Create opportunities for challenging assignments. Challenging assignments that stretch individuals' abilities can help them develop new skills and build confidence in their capabilities. These assignments should be designed to provide a balance between their current skills and the challenges they face, fostering a state of flow where individuals are fully engaged and energized by their work. 4. Promote a sense of ownership. Individuals are more likely to take initiative, persevere through challenges, and contribute their best efforts when they feel a sense of ownership over their work. Leaders can foster this sense of ownership by involving individuals in decision-making processes, giving them autonomy over their work, and recognizing their contributions. The authors emphasizes the transformative power of coaching in strengthening others. Effective coaching. 1. Empowers individuals to learn and grow. By asking insightful questions and providing guidance, coaches encourage individuals to think critically, solve problems, and develop their skills independently. 2. Builds confidence and self-efficacy. Coaches demonstrate belief in individuals' abilities, which fosters a sense of confidence and motivates them to strive for excellence. 3. Creates a culture of continuous learning. Coaching promotes a mindset of continuous learning and development, encouraging individuals to embrace challenges, seek feedback, and strive for improvement. The authors reinforces the idea that leadership is a relationship and that strengthening others is an investment in the long-term success of both the individuals and the organization. By creating a culture of empowerment, leaders can unlock the potential of their team members, fostering a more engaged, productive, and fulfilling work environment. Here are 5 examples of practices. 1. Rakesh Soundaranathan at Oracle. Rakesh recognized the challenges faced by new sales representatives joining Oracle. He noticed they lacked the product and internal process knowledge necessary to succeed. Instead of letting them struggle, Rakesh took the initiative to personally mentor these new employees. He would make himself available, patiently answer their questions, and even go the extra mile by providing them with additional resources and explaining complex concepts. This personalized approach fostered a supportive learning environment and helped the new sales representatives develop the competence and confidence they needed to thrive in their roles. 2. Steve Denning at the World Bank. While serving as the Program Director of Knowledge Management, Steve discovered that traditional methods of driving change were ineffective. He realized that stories were a powerful tool for communicating essential messages and encouraging new behaviors. By sharing relatable and engaging stories that illustrated desired values and practices, Steve empowered individuals to connect with the change initiative on a personal level, fostering a sense of shared purpose and inspiring them to embrace new ways of working. 3. Philip Kane at Goodyear. Philip understood the importance of connecting with his team on a personal level. Recognizing a lack of engagement within his team, Philip began writing a weekly letter titled The Week, sharing stories and life lessons that related to their work and personal lives. This practice went beyond simply conveying information. It created a platform for sharing values, fostering a sense of community, and inspiring personal growth. Through these stories, Philip empowered his team members to see the connection between their work and their lives, motivating them to become better in all aspects. 4. Tim Howne at the Decathlon Club. When faced with a change in senior management, Tim observed a decline in employee morale and motivation. Instead of accepting this as inevitable, Tim empowered his team by providing them with choices. He allowed them to decide how to structure their workday, how to allocate resources, and even which clients they would focus on. This approach fostered a sense of ownership and responsibility, leading to increased engagement and productivity. By giving his team members a voice and control over their work, Tim empowered them to thrive in the face of change. 5. Alex at an unnamed organization. To clarify the importance of company values, Alex went beyond simply stating them. He understood the power of personal connection and storytelling. In team meetings, Alex would share personal anecdotes that illustrated how he applied those values in real-life situations. By sharing these relatable experiences, Alex made the values tangible and demonstrated their practical application. This approach helped employees understand the values on a deeper level and empowered them to embody those values in their own work. Chapter 10: The Power of Appreciation, Recognizing Contributions. The author focuses on the essential leadership practice of acknowledging and appreciating individual excellence to fuel motivation and performance. The author emphasizes that recognizing contributions goes beyond simply praising good work. It's about creating a culture where individuals feel valued, respected, and inspired to contribute their best efforts. Understanding the significance of recognition. The authors highlight the profound impact that recognition has on individual motivation and team performance. 1. Meeting expectations. Leaders must clearly articulate their expectations and provide regular feedback to help individuals understand how their contributions align with those expectations. When individuals receive clear feedback and understand how their work makes a difference, they are more likely to feel valued and motivated to perform at their best. 2. Boosting self-confidence and performance. Recognition doesn't just make people feel good, it can directly impact their performance. When individuals feel appreciated for their contributions, their self-confidence grows, leading to increased effort and a willingness to take on new challenges. 3. Fostering a positive and supportive work environment. Recognizing contributions creates a ripple effect throughout the organization. When individuals feel appreciated, they are more likely to be supportive of their colleagues and contribute to a positive and collaborative work environment. This, in turn, enhances team performance and overall organizational success. Personalizing recognition for maximum impact. The authors underscores the importance of personalizing recognition to make it truly meaningful and impactful. One-size-fits-all approaches often fail to resonate with individuals, while personalized recognition demonstrates genuine care and appreciation. 1. Understanding individual preferences. Leaders should take the time to understand how each individual prefers to be recognized. Some may appreciate public acknowledgement, while others may prefer a private note or a small gesture that demonstrates their value. 2. Making it timely and specific. Recognition should be given as close to the accomplishment as possible, and it should clearly articulate what the individual did well and how it contributed to the team or organization. This specificity reinforces desired behaviors and makes the recognition more meaningful. 3. Focusing on intrinsic rewards. While tangible rewards can be effective, intrinsic rewards, such as a sense of accomplishment, opportunities for growth, and the challenge of the work itself, are often more powerful motivators. Leaders should strive to create work environments that offer these intrinsic rewards, making the work itself a source of satisfaction and motivation. The power of thank you. The authors highlight the simple yet profound impact of saying thank you. These two words, when expressed sincerely and regularly, can create a more positive and appreciative work environment. 1. Acknowledging effort and contribution. Saying thank you acknowledges an individual's effort and contribution, making them feel valued and appreciated. 2. Promoting a culture of gratitude. When leaders make it a habit to express gratitude, they set a positive example for others, encouraging a culture where appreciation is freely given and received. 3. Strengthening relationships. Expressing gratitude strengthens relationships, creating a more positive and supportive work environment. Celebrating values and victories. Chapter 10 also emphasizes the importance of celebrating values and victories as a way to reinforce desired behaviors, build community, and sustain motivation. 1. Public celebrations. Publicly celebrating accomplishments provides visibility and reinforces the importance of those achievements. It also provides an opportunity to recognize individuals and teams, fostering a sense of pride and accomplishment. 2. Creating a spirit of community. Celebrations bring people together, creating opportunities for connection and fostering a sense of shared purpose. They provide a platform for storytelling, sharing experiences, and reinforcing the values that are important to the organization. 3. Sustaining motivation. Celebrations remind individuals and teams why their work matters and how their contributions make a difference. This can help sustain motivation, especially during challenging times. In conclusion, underscores the essential role that recognizing contributions plays in fostering a positive, empowering, and high-performing work environment. By understanding the significance of recognition, personalizing appreciation, expressing gratitude, and celebrating values and victories, leaders can create a culture where individuals feel valued, respected, and inspired to contribute their best efforts. Here are 5 examples of practices. 1. Bilal Barak Ersan at Turkcell. As a new manager at Turkcell, Bilal's team consistently exceeded expectations, prompting him to find creative ways to show his appreciation. Recognizing their love for a popular rock band, Bilal secured tickets for each team member to attend a concert, going beyond typical rewards to personalize his appreciation. This gesture fostered a strong bond between Bilal and his team, demonstrating that he valued their hard work and understood their interests, ultimately contributing to a positive and motivated work environment. 2. Steve Coates at Deloitte. While working at Deloitte, Steve observed a disconnect between employees and the firm's core values. To bridge this gap, Steve created a recognition program centered around the company's values. Employees could nominate colleagues who exemplified these values, and the stories of those recognized were shared throughout the organization. This program not only showcased positive behaviors but also provided a platform for connecting values with real-life actions, fostering a stronger understanding and appreciation for the firm's culture. 3. Beth Todd at Citibank. Beth witnessed the power of personal involvement in recognizing contributions through her manager, Joe, who headed a team tasked with upgrading a large HR system. Joe made it a point to visit each team member at their desk, personally expressing her appreciation for their efforts and contributions. This seemingly small act had a significant impact, making team members feel seen and valued, and reinforcing their commitment to the project. Joe's personal approach fostered a sense of connection and motivation, highlighting the importance of leaders being present and actively engaged in recognizing their team's efforts. 4. Alex Juckle at Sprint. Seeking to create a culture of appreciation and recognition, Alex implemented the Cheer Ticket program at Sprint. Employees received tickets they could distribute to colleagues who demonstrated exceptional work or helpful behavior, accompanied by a handwritten note explaining the reason for recognition. This program fostered real-time feedback and personalized appreciation, reinforcing positive behaviors and creating a ripple effect of gratitude within the team. The Cheer Ticket program went beyond simple praise. It promoted specific feedback and highlighted connections between individual actions and company values, contributing to a more engaged and motivated work environment. 5. Arvind Mohan at an unnamed organization. Arvind recognized the importance of celebrating team accomplishments to reinforce a sense of community and shared success. He organized a team outing to an amusement park, creating an informal setting for colleagues to connect outside of work, celebrate their achievements, and strengthen their bonds. This celebration fostered a sense of camaraderie and appreciation, reminding the team that their hard work was recognized and valued, ultimately contributing to a more cohesive and positive work environment. Chapter 11. Celebrate the values and victories. Creating a culture of celebration, celebrating the values and victories. The authors explores the importance of creating a culture of celebration within organizations to reinforce shared values, recognize accomplishments, and foster a sense of community. The authors emphasizes that celebrations are not merely frivolous events, they are powerful tools for strengthening relationships, building commitment, and sustaining motivation. The universal language of celebration. The authors note that celebrations are a universal human expression of appreciation, gratitude, and community. People around the world engage in celebrations to mark important occasions, honor achievements, and reaffirm shared values and traditions. These celebrations can range from elaborate public events to small, personal gestures of appreciation. Regardless of their form, celebrations serve as a powerful reminder of what is important to individuals, teams, and organizations. Why celebrate? the Leadership Challenge outlines several compelling reasons why leaders should prioritize celebrating values and victories within their organizations. 1. Capitalizing on the human need for connection. Humans are inherently social beings, and celebrations provide a natural platform for connecting with others, sharing experiences, and strengthening relationships. By creating opportunities for celebration, leaders can tap into this fundamental human need, fostering a sense of belonging and community within the workplace. 2. Communicating what is important. Celebrations serve as powerful symbols of what the organization values and prioritizes. By celebrating specific achievements or behaviors, leaders send a clear message about what is expected and appreciated within the organization. 3. Reinforcing shared values. Celebrations provide an opportunity to explicitly link individual and team accomplishments to the organization's core values. This reinforcement helps to solidify the connection between values and actions, making those values more tangible and meaningful for employees. 4. Building commitment. By celebrating successes and recognizing contributions, leaders demonstrate their appreciation for their employees' efforts. This recognition fosters a sense of value and commitment, motivating individuals to continue contributing their best efforts. 5. Sustaining team spirit. Celebrations can serve as a powerful antidote to the daily stresses and challenges of work. They provide an opportunity to step back, acknowledge accomplishments, and enjoy a sense of shared success. This shared experience strengthens team bonds and renews a sense of collective purpose. The power of public celebrations. While private recognition can be effective for acknowledging individual contributions, public celebrations offer unique benefits that enhance their impact on the organization as a whole. 1. Showcasing role models. Public celebrations provide an opportunity to showcase individuals and teams who exemplify desired behaviors and values. By highlighting these role models, leaders inspire others to emulate their actions and contribute to a culture of excellence. 2. Reinforcing shared values. Public celebrations provide a platform for explicitly communicating and reinforcing the organization's core values. The visibility of these celebrations serves as a reminder of what is important to the organization, helping to shape a shared understanding of those values among employees. 3. Building a sense of community. Public celebrations bring people together, creating a sense of shared experience and collective identity. These events foster a sense of belonging and remind individuals that they are part of a larger community working towards a common purpose. Creating a culture of celebration. Building a culture of celebration requires leaders to be intentional and proactive in their approach. The Leadership Challenge offers several recommendations for creating such a culture. 1. Schedule regular celebrations. Leaders should make celebrations a regular part of the organizational calendar. This can include annual events, quarterly celebrations, or even small, weekly gatherings to acknowledge accomplishments and reinforce values. 2. Get personally involved. Leaders should demonstrate their commitment to celebrating values and victories by actively participating in these events. Their presence sends a powerful message that celebrating is a priority within the organization. 3. Tell stories. Stories are a powerful way to connect values with actions and make celebrations more meaningful. Leaders should seek out stories of individuals and teams who exemplify organizational values and share those stories during celebrations. 4. Make it fun. Celebrations should be enjoyable experiences that uplift and inspire. Leaders should strive to create a festive atmosphere where people can relax, connect, and celebrate their successes. Here are 5 examples of practices. 1. DeVry's Teach Summit and Pride event. This annual event at DeVry, a global provider of educational services, celebrates the organization's teach values, teamwork in communication, execution, accountability, continuous improvement, and heart, and recognizes high performers. The event combines an awards ceremony with learning activities and community-building exercises, including a teach quiz show, video creation focused on teach values, and a bicycle building activity that exemplifies the T value of teamwork and communication. DeVry's president and CEO, Daniel Hamburger, emphasizes the importance of the event for reinforcing the company's commitment to its values and celebrating those who live them. 2. Sprint's Chair Ticket Program. This program, implemented by Alex Juckle, aimed to create a culture of appreciation and recognition. Employees received chair tickets to distribute to colleagues for exceptional work or helpful behavior, accompanied by a handwritten note explaining the reason for recognition and connecting it to one of Sprint's 7 values. The program encouraged real-time feedback, personalized appreciation, and reinforced positive behaviors aligned with the company's values. The top recipients in each value category were then celebrated at an annual dinner, further highlighting the link between individual actions and organizational values. 3. World Amputee Football Federation's Golden Foot Award. Don Bennett, co-founder of the World Amputee Football Federation, established the Don Bennett Golden Foot Award to recognize outstanding achievement and sportsmanship within the organization. The annual presentation of this award at the World Cup of the World Amputee Football Federation celebrates the dedication, resilience, and athleticism of the players, reinforcing the values of the organization and inspiring future generations of athletes. 4. Xeno Office Solutions Transformation Celebration. When Barbie Siegel, CEO of Xeno Office Solutions, led a successful turnaround of the company, she recognized the importance of celebrating their achievements to build team spirit and reinforce their commitment to the new direction. Xeno held celebrations to mark key milestones, including winning industry awards and achieving significant financial results. These celebrations fostered a sense of shared accomplishment, strengthened team bonds, and fueled their continued success. 5. Salvatore Sarno and Team Shashalosa's America's Cup Journey. Salvatore Sarno, skipper of the South African America's Cup sailing team Shashalosa, understood the importance of celebrating both small victories and major milestones to maintain motivation and build team spirit. Throughout their challenging journey to compete in the America's Cup, Sarno and his team held celebrations to acknowledge their progress, recognize individual contributions, and foster a sense of shared purpose. These celebrations not only boosted morale but also reinforced the team's commitment to their ultimate goal, inspiring them to persevere despite setbacks. Chapter 12. Leadership is everyone's business. A call to action. Leadership is everyone's business. The authors serves as a powerful call to action for individuals at all levels of organizations and in all walks of life to embrace the responsibility of leadership. The authors refutes the common misconception that leadership is exclusive to those in positions of authority or with specific titles. Instead, it asserts that leadership is a choice, a set of practices, and a commitment to making a difference, regardless of one's formal role or position. Decentralizing leadership, a look beyond titles and hierarchy. The authors challenges the traditional, top-down view of leadership, arguing that leadership can emerge from anywhere within an organization. It emphasizes that leadership is not about wielding power or authority but about influencing others through credibility, relationships, and actions. By embracing this perspective, individuals can recognize their own capacity to lead, even without formal authority. The profound impact of exemplary leadership. The authors highlights the profound impact that exemplary leadership can have on individuals, teams, and organizations. Drawing on research and real-world examples, it demonstrates that the best leaders elicit significantly higher levels of effort, commitment, and productivity from their constituents compared to those who lack effective leadership skills. This underscores the importance of developing one's leadership capacity, not only for personal growth but also for the benefit of others and the success of shared goals. Cultivating leadership, practice, reflection, and humility. The authors provides practical guidance on how individuals can cultivate their leadership abilities. It emphasizes the importance of continuous practice, encouraging individuals to actively seek out opportunities to apply the 5 practices of exemplary leadership in their daily lives. It also stresses the value of self-reflection, urging individuals to regularly assess their actions, identify areas for improvement, and learn from their experiences. Additionally, the authors emphasizes the importance of humility, recognizing that effective leadership is rooted in a genuine desire to serve others and contribute to a greater good. Seizing the moment, leadership in everyday interactions. Leadership is everyone's business underscores the fact that leadership opportunities arise in countless everyday interactions. It encourages individuals to be mindful of these moments and to actively choose to lead, whether by modeling values, inspiring a shared vision, challenging the status quo, empowering others, or encouraging the heart. By seizing these opportunities, individuals can make a positive impact on those around them and contribute to creating a more engaged, productive, and fulfilling work environment. Leadership, an affair of the heart. The author concludes with a powerful reminder that leadership is ultimately an affair of the heart. It emphasizes that effective leadership is driven by passion, commitment, and a genuine desire to make a difference. This message encourages individuals to connect with their own values and aspirations, and to lead with authenticity, enthusiasm, and compassion. By embracing leadership as a matter of the heart, individuals can inspire others to achieve extraordinary things and create a lasting legacy of positive change. Everyday leadership in action. While Chapter 12 focuses on the overarching concept of leadership as everyone's responsibility rather than providing specific examples, we can extrapolate from the text and the previous conversation to illustrate how this principle manifests in practical ways. 1. Leading through mentorship. Rakesh Khurana, a senior sales representative at Oracle, recognized the need to support new sales representatives and fostered a culture of mentorship within his team. Instead of solely focusing on his own sales targets, Rakesh took the initiative to coach and guide new hires, answering their questions, providing resources, and sharing his expertise. This act of leadership, even though Rakesh didn't hold a formal leadership position, created a more supportive and collaborative environment, enhancing both team performance and individual growth. 2. Championing organizational values. Abhijit Chitnis, a team lead at Accenture, faced a critical incident when his team encountered a project slippage close to a crucial deadline. Recognizing the potential impact on both the client and his team's morale, Abhijit stepped up to address the situation. Instead of placing blame or resorting to pressure tactics, he communicated openly with his team, acknowledging the challenges while reinforcing the importance of delivering on their commitments. He modeled a commitment to shared values, inspiring his team to work collaboratively and ultimately achieve success despite the setback. 3. Creating a culture of appreciation. Philip Kane, president of Wingfoot Commercial Tire Systems, a subsidiary of Goodyear, implemented a weekly communication ritual called The Week. Each Friday, he would share a story with his team, often highlighting an employee's exceptional contribution or a positive example of living the company's values. This consistent effort to recognize and celebrate individual actions reinforced a culture of appreciation, fostered a stronger sense of community, and provided tangible examples of what it meant to embody the company's values. 4. Embracing continuous learning. Inspired by the 5 Practices framework, Caroline Wong, a former executive at IBM, recognized that leadership is not defined by personality but by behavior. She embraced a mindset of continuous learning, seeking feedback, reflecting on her actions, and actively working to develop her leadership skills. This commitment to personal growth exemplified the principle that leadership is an ongoing journey, requiring dedication and a willingness to evolve, regardless of one's position or experience level. 5. Speaking out for values. Alex Anwar, director of a new business unit at Labo America, faced initial skepticism from his team due to his age and perceived lack of experience. Recognizing the need to build credibility and trust, Alex proactively communicated his values to his team, both through written communication and in-person meetings. He shared personal anecdotes that illustrated his commitment to honesty and sincerity, providing concrete examples of how his values guided his actions. By speaking out and aligning his actions with his words, Alex demonstrated authentic leadership, earning the respect of his team and laying the foundation for a strong, values-driven culture. These examples, drawn from the experiences shared throughout the book, demonstrate that leadership is not confined to specific roles or titles. Individuals at all levels can choose to lead by embracing the 5 practices of exemplary leadership, demonstrating their commitment to shared values, and actively seeking opportunities to make a positive impact. Thank you for listening. I hope this content is useful to you. If you like this kind of content, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel to support our team.